Hello there everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make the Su-27. And this airplane is advanced and it takes a long time to make. About 45 minutes if you're pretty good at making airplanes. If you're like a veteran or something. So first thing you want to do is fold the paper in half. And as you can notice, this video is a lot slower than my previous ones. That's because I'm trying to make it more understandable. And also because I have a new Mac and I have like a lot of storage, so it doesn't like hurt me to save videos that are like 20-40 minutes long anymore. So that's good. So you just want to fold it up again and fold it in half again, but this time it's like the other way. And you will get this square-ish piece of paper. Then one side, you want to get one corner of the paper and fold it back, and do the same thing to the other side. And then you want to get the front side and fold it so it lines up with the corner of the paper. See the very tip right there? Then connect it on the front. And do the same thing to the other side. Then I'll open it up and like see how there's all like uneven. You don't like get the outside, the inner flap and put it on top of it. You're gonna fold everything in half. And even though it's not perfectly even, you can see like the very tip of the airplane is like it goes out a little. Actually, that's actually a good thing. It makes like the nose of the plane more settled. Then about, I think it was 3 centimeters and about 1.5 centimeters, you want to draw that right there. This is going to be the highest point in the cockpit. So there'll be no, that's like the limit basically. And in the back, you want to draw about 1 centimeter. And you want to connect the two dots to the ruler and use the ruler as an edge so you can fold the paper in half. You want to do the same thing to the other side. It's always good to like use the other side as like a symmetry, as a mirror, instead of actually like doing all the measurements again, because chances are you might get them a little bit wrong, and this is a good way to make sure they're perfectly symmetrical. You want to fold the wing up again, about 3/4 of the way down, just not exactly in the middle, but it's not exactly in the edge either, just somewhere in between. And do the same thing to the other side. You want to make sure like everything's nice and flat, so that's why you want to take your time. This is probably like the reason why it takes so much time, because you're just trying to make it look nice. So we want to get like one of the dimension on the wings in paper, so it's easier to trace on it. And you want to trace like the front part of the wing. Make sure that it goes all the way to the front edge of the airplane, right where the wing starts to come out. Then about a 45-degree angle where the wing starts to go out, you want to cut it so you can like fold them down again. You know, also can make 2 cuts actually, because I can see like it curves. So you know, fold the first one down at a steeper angle, and then the second one at a less steeper angle, so like it curves out. Technically, it should be curving in, but since in the illusion, it looks like it's curving out a little. It's like a weird shape, kind of like an hourglass almost. Then you want to fold the back wings or the main wings to the proper shape. did anyone like separate the elevators with the wings? Because since they're connected, you wanna like use the scissors to be separated. Because once we start cutting the wings, it'll be bad if we cut the things again. And right here, the lights went out for some reason. Like the lamp I use is like really old and it keeps on turning off. So I'll be keep on turning off throughout this whole video, and it's really annoying. So right where the edge is at the wings, you want to start cutting it because we don't need all the extra paper, and it just makes things easier to work with. And about right where the paper starts to curve in, you want to cut it about a 45-degree angle, and basically start doing the same thing we did with the wings, and start making like a curve shape so we could make the shape of the fuselage and the cockpit so they can have more curvature. Right here it can be a bit tricky. You want to draw a dot where the basically where the flaps are of the airplane, right where it ends. Then draw the end of the wings. As you can see, I drew where the flaps are, and draw a dot right there. And you want to connect basically the two dots. But you also want to like get the vertical stabilizers, and just measure how high it is, or how tall it is. So it's about that much in length, and basically I'm gonna just draw all the lines. I think it's easier just to see it than me to describe it. And right here I actually did an accident. I cut too much, so I actually end up cutting like the entire, like all the layers of the wings, and that was a bad thing because then, yeah. Make sure to see what you're cutting. It's something I basically say in every video. Because there's like many layers of paper in this airplane, and you like need to cut certain layers. You need to do the same thing to the other side. I feel this one's a little bit more easier to understand because like, yeah, it's easy. I did it better. Did anyone like also trace the back of the wings as well? So you can like start cutting it out. And you can cut the entire piece of paper out because you don't need it anymore. It just adds extra weight. Then right where the vertical stabilizer starts to come out, you don't like cut about halfway, which can be pretty hard to do because since the paper is so thick and my scissors are so tiny, you have kind of like have to like wiggle it around a bunch of times for it like to actually cut through. Then I like fold the back in half, and start curving the front part, very similar to what we've always been doing. And I also like to use the back of the scissors as like a so you can like flatten it out more because your thumb will hurt after a while, so it's best to use scissors after for this step. Then you want to get like some tape and like basically hold everything together. The reason I do this is because the back is very flat, and because with this you can like it makes the shape more realistic of the airplane. Then also gives it more depth, so it's like a little bit more has more a bit more volume the fuselage, which is always a bit nice. You can also put some more tape in the front. I'm just doing that. You want to make the shape of the vertical stabilizers. Make sure they're all lined up, so it's like not offset. You also want to cut all the extra paper you don't need, so everything that's basically behind a vertical stabilizer. And with this step, right where the and the edge where the vertical stabilizer is, you want to fold the paper down and get your ruler in about 1 centimeter. You want to fold it back up again, and about another centimeter. You want to fold it back down again. You want to fold it down, up, and down, so it makes like this V shape. And you do the same thing to the other side. These are gonna be like little, like they're like fins that are on the bottom of the planes. Kind of looks like the fins on the surfboard, but there's like they're there, so might as well put them there as well. And my lights went out as well again. It's kind of funny. It's like showing me. So I'm like cut the shape basically of the fence because we're not gonna like fold it into it. We're basically just gonna cut the shape because it in order to fold it to that proper shape, it's gonna take a lot of like paper and more time, and that's like, and I think this airplane's already taking too much time already. And plus, if you do it, then it's gonna be really back heavy, and that's not gonna fly really well. After cutting all that, you want to like start taping, so like it won't like come off or anything, because they're connected to a very small point now. I think it's only like half a centimeter now that they're connected with. Then I want to start making the shape of the horizontal stabilizers. It's basically just doing the same thing with the wings. And see how it goes into the airplane like that? You want to cut the extra pieces so like it won't disturb the little fins we just made right now. Then you want to cut all the extra paper we don't need anymore. And it's a lot. Like all that paper. You can also start outlining the nozzle of the fuselage. I mean of the engines. So you can like see like the actual shape of it. I think this is like much better than the 3D designs I previously did. But all their just because it's easier and it looks neater. Because these are basically paper airplanes. They're not supposed to be like actual real models. And with these ones just fold inward, so it makes the shape of the stabilizers as well. With this part, I recommend using like big tape, not like the really skinny ones, what I usually do, but like the thicker ones, like I think the half an inch thick. I mean width. So it gets the whole stabilizer. And this adds strength as well, so even though the paper is not very strong, the tape does make it a bit stronger. Then you want to like add tape basically everywhere of the airplane, everywhere it needs it, just to make it everything more aerodynamic and nicer to look at. And the cool thing about this airplane, when you put it on a table, it actually like stays there because the two things at the bottom keep it from falling or tipping over. And about 2.5 centimeters, this is going to be like the length of these things in the edge of the wings. I'm not sure what they're called. I'm guessing they're like stabilizers, but they're like the cool looking things on the top and edge of the wings. They kind of look like missiles. So you want to do the same thing. Basically, when you roll your fingers back and forth until you get the proper shape, and after that you want to like roll all the way through. Takes a while, but you'll get used to it. Eventually, it's just patience, basically. You know, people always ask me like how to make these, that they can make this and stuff, but all it needs is basically patience. Just take your time and do things right, basically. Works with everything, even in life. So after that, you want to just basically just tape it onto the airplane and you'll be done. That's all you have to do, basically. And yeah, it's a really nice airplane. I hope you guys enjoyed, and it looks great, and also flies really nice. It may be a little bit slow since there is a lot going on here, so there's a lot of drag basically. But this looks really cool, and it just kind of reminds me of the old airplane used to make, the Su-27. It's one of them, and this is like a newer version, much better, much improved. It's basically much better, but without the canards of the Su-27. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching and subscribe for more.